Welcome back to the channel, guys. Owner Arno's here, and today we're going to talk about why Instagram automation is the true only business model that will provide you freedom that you actually want. Okay, not the freedom that everyone's painting a picture of, but the true freedom that you actually want, where you can work from anywhere around the world. Actually, in reality, you can make enough money in reality to live wherever you want in the world and actually work 1 to 2 hours a day. And I'll prove it to you today why Instagram automation is the business model for that. If you don't know who I am, my name is Owner Arnes. You can check me out on Instagram. I've been running this page called Passionate Income for the past 4 years, this brand. You can check it out. We just posted an ad for our client like a minute ago. So it's all out there. I mean, you can look it up. We're not hiding anything here. But when it comes to freedom and having freedom online and building the business, a lot of people talk about this like, hey, you need, time freedom, you need location freedom, you need financial freedom. That's the true freedom. That's the way you do it and stuff like that. And then they give you like a business model like an agency, which is like, it's not going to provide that for you. And I'm going to talk about that. And I'm going to talk about, why why Instagram automation is the business model for you. So first of all, super important, right? You can make, hundreds of thousands of dollars with multiple theme pages, with a network of theme pages, without having a single sales call. Okay, a lot of people get into a business model and they don't realize one thing. Like, let's say you get into agency or selling services or selling something higher ticket, right? They don't realize that you will need to do a bunch of outreach and a bunch of sales calls, right? And your success, let's say in an agency space, goes as far as you can sell, pretty much. If you can't sell, you won't succeed in that, right? It's like one of the most important skills there in the whole industry, right? So this theme page, faceless brand, Instagram automation business doesn't require you to do a single sales call, okay? I probably made, like, let's say, just throw out a number out there, over $200,000 with shout outs, right, on my page alone over the past 4 years. And I didn't have to do a single sales call to prove anyone, hey, you need this, like, this is the solution for you. Usually people sell me to promote them for, whatever their preferred price is, right? So they come to me already wanting to buy promotions. We just need to agree on a deal. So you need to know how to negotiate, but for that, you can easily negotiate in the DMs, right? So no sales calls required at all. I mean, I wouldn't even do a sales call. Like, I never did a sales call in 4 years running this page. So, like, if it wouldn't even be more beneficial, right? Like, it just works with doing it through the chat. Second thing that will provide you a lot of freedom is it's very easy to outsource content, right? So, like, if you're providing someone like a high-end service, let's say Facebook ads, you can't really find like a random person, somewhere in the world, in a third world country, who's gonna run Facebook ads for your client for like, $50 a month, and you take the profit or whatever. No, like, that's pretty sketchy. But what you can do is hire an editor, hire a content creator from a third world country who's gonna provide you amazing, absolutely incredible videos for like $10 a pop. Okay, like for $10, you're getting cinematic style, like movie style videos, like top of the line. And then if you want something simple, like we have on Passionate Income, that's not going to cost you $10. That's going to cost you like $2 a post to create. So it's very easy to outsource. It's very cheap to outsource. And when you outsource, you actually get your time back. How cool is that? Okay. Because most of the time you're going to just spend with content creation here. Like, once you make the money, you figure out how to make the money, it runs on autopilot. Like, it's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward from that. Another thing, like, a lot of people don't consider when starting a business, and especially a personal brand, or something like this where I'm talking to you on YouTube, like, going faceless adds more freedom, right? Like, not showing your face online at all provides you more freedom, okay? Because nowadays, when everyone's online, like, I can go look up anyone and kind of find a lot of details about their life. But for example, for you, it may be like, I don't really want anyone knowing what I do or anything about me, or I don't even want people to know that I run this page, right? And that's the beauty of it. Like, you wouldn't imagine how many people I met in this space who have like millions of followers who would never show their face. Like, I met people like through the chat, on Telegram, or even talked on the phone, who would never turn on a camera just because they can, right? Just because they want to stay private, and that provides them more freedom. That's how I started as well. For the first year, I didn't really show my face at all anywhere. And then later, I kind of came out and said, yeah, Passionate Income is mine, but then didn't really talk about it for another year or two, after that. So this is super important to understand. Like, if you go into a business model where, let's say, you're launching ads with your face or whatever, like, you have your face attached to that. So, like, you want to know that you're actually delivering. So that, kind of takes away some freedoms of yours. And that's why I love Faceless. That's why I love to have a page like that I can always fall back on. Like, I can delete this YouTube channel right now and nothing's gonna change in my life in reality, right? Like, I can be faceless, right? But I mean, we're already in too deep, I guess, now. Another thing is, like, with Instagram automation and freedom, no one talks about the time commitment you actually need to run a business, okay? So, like, a lot of people say, well, you can run an agency. Well, you can create an app with 1 hour a day. Yeah, like, you can, but like, what kind of results are you getting with 1 hour a day running your whole business? Because like, an agency is a business. E-commerce is like, can you do it in 1 hour? Probably. Do you want to do it in 1 hour a day? Not really, right? But with this, it's actually like 1 to 2 hours a day. Like, I have hundreds of clients who I work with, where I help them to scale like this, right? To start from zero, or maybe they have like 10 followers, but they don't know what they're doing. And I help them to scale to 100,000, 300,000, a million followers, right? Like, I have the data behind this, right? It's 1 to 2 hours a day. And I tell everyone it's 1 to 2 hours a day. That's all you need to actually put in. Can you put in more? Yes, but once you start like one page, right? All you need to do is post like three. If you're pushing it, maybe you can post 5 times a day. But then, like, you can't really work on this like 8 hours a day. Like, it's impossible. Like, you're not gonna upload 100 videos a day, 200 videos a day. You're gonna post like 3 posts a day, right? So after you're done with that, you're done with the day, right? And like I mentioned, when monetization is in place, you don't really need to do anything extra every single day and work on that like extremely hard, right? So essentially, you can be anywhere, work 1 to 2 hours a day, and that leads me to another point. There's actually like no location or time zone constraints. Like, there's no preferable location you need to be in to grow an Instagram automation business, right? Which a lot of people don't get. They get into like sales, and they get hired as a salesperson, and they get commission or whatever, like remote sales, right? A lot of people got into it, and they don't realize that all the calls that they're taking is in the US hours. So if you're in like Bali or something, even if you're making 20 grand a month, you're working night shifts all night, 12 hours all night. And then, like, yeah, you have the day for sleep. So, like, there's an actual time constraint or a location constraint. And with this, I've been to 26 countries. I can tell you right now, like, 26 countries while running this business, there was no preferred country, right? Like, I don't really mind where to upload the post from. Well, my team is uploading the post now. So I can do this from anywhere around the world. And when it comes to selling promos or promoting my products or promoting my newsletter, like, I can wake up anytime in any time zone and kind of get that out of the way, make sure it's all smooth, make sure it's all scheduled, and we have a plan on it, and that's it, right? Like, I don't need to necessarily start cold calling business owners at 9 a.m. being like, hey, do you need promotions? Like, this, it's not how this works, right? Um, Another big thing which provided me a lot of freedom is actually the networking aspect of owning a page like that. Okay. So, you know, a lot of people know the saying, your network is your net worth, right? And the better network you have, the more freedom you'll have, right? I can message anywhere, anyone. Like, I mean, I can go anywhere in the world and I can message a person that I know from that country or who's there, and just have a great time, get some incredible insights, like just have more freedom, right? um, and just having a page like that really has a wow effect on people, where, like, just think about what kind of life do you want to live, right? You want a life of freedom. Let's say you want to travel. So how cool is it to just pull up to whatever? Let's say you pull up to Miami and you have like three people that you can message who are amazing friends or acquaintances that you can meet. You can spend time with them. You can talk business. You can just enjoy your life. And just because you own a page like that, it makes it easier for you to make these connections, if that makes sense. Um, like, passionate income has been incredible for me in terms of networking. Every time I pull out a phone and I show my page to a business owner, they're like, even if they're like a multi millionaire. I mean, like, even if their net worth is 100 mil, they'll still be impressed. They'll be like, oh, like, and they'll still ask questions about it. They'll want to know, like, what's happening. How did you do it? Like, you know, it's very interesting for people. I just got off a call with like another entrepreneur, and she's doing business online for a while, and she's done so many cool things. She's worked with like UFC and stuff like that. She was like, wow, like, your business is so interesting. I love this. Like, can you tell me more? And we just chatted for like an hour, you know? So I have a connection now. I have someone else in my network, which, you know, gives me more freedom essentially in my life. Um, One last thing to mention, or a few more things to mention, is like, first of all, you're building an asset which is sellable, right? So this is an asset. Like, a page like that is an asset. It's a business that you can sell because you don't have your face attached to it. And also, you can scale without real burnout, right? So, what do I mean by scale without burnout? So, if I post 3 times a day, right, and I have 10 followers, I put in, let's say, 1 hour a day or 2 hours a day into content and everything. When I have 10 million followers, I still post the same 3 posts, right? So the more followers you have, the more money you'll make, but the time you put into doesn't grow in reality, right? You spend still the same time, so you can actually grow exponentially without really any burnout. Okay, you will never get tired of this because this just takes like a bit of your time, right? And you can scale it. So yeah, just compared to other business models, just like agency, e-commerce, or even having like a personal brand. Like, by the way, I have nothing against these business models to make money specifically, but like to reach freedom and stuff, like I tried all of these myself, you know, like I know what it entails. So compared to all of these business models, in my opinion, IG automation is the best business model to actually like give you freedom that you actually want, not the BS freedom you see online. Okay, so that's pretty much it. You know, everything I said here, you could ask my students and they would tell you the same exact thing. They would totally agree with me, especially the students who have like over 100,000 followers and are making a lot of money. They'll tell you the same thing. They'll tell you that this is the best thing ever. And this is just sharing my personal experience. So if you want to get coached by me one-on-one, enroll in my mentorship program, DM me the word coach on Instagram at owner Arnas. And yeah, if you like the video, leave a like, comment down below. What would you like to see from me again? You know, in terms of videos, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.